and welcome to a cube draft. We are still trying to go infinite, and like those 64 player events are a nice way to do so if you get lucky and spike. This is gonna be pot draft, so the draft is about to start, and I haven't played this version of the vintage cube, but looking forward to try it out. Shout out also to our sponsor 341 Trading. They have like all the sealed product you need, but also like the sweet vintage singles that you might need if you're trying to build a vintage cube on your own. So there we go. Hopefully opening some power or a soul ring or just like any sweet card. Here goes. Well, we didn't open a power or like one of the artifacts that ramps us. We have a decent card in Atraxa. Like first picking Atraxa just gives you a very high incentive to draft a Reanimator deck, and I do think Atraxa is the best card in Reanimator. There's also Entomb, which is very important, but starting a draft with Atraxa is very good. Other than that, there's like a few new cards that are not that insane. I do like the addition of the Surveil lands. Those are very good, but otherwise this is a rather weak pack. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and draft Atraxa and see what we get past. Like, while this is a very strong card, it's not one that will make my deck like 100%, so if Reanimator is open, it's gonna be great, and if not, we'll find something else to do. So, like with Reanimator, or if your goal is to draft Reanimator, you need 3 parts. You need the big creatures, you need the discard outlets, and you need the reanimate spells. Malcolm is a fine discard outlet, I think. Other than that, there's Mox Diamond, which ramps us, which is quite a nice card in blue decks overall, I think. Reanimate decks tend to be blue. Cryptic Command, not that great anymore. Aspirant, a good card. Yeah, the first pick was Atraxa. It was a rather weak pack, I think, and I do like Atraxa as a first pick. Yeah, I think it's gotta be the Mox Diamond. I think there are enough other discard outlets, so I won't probably miss the Malcolm all that much. And also, like, we're not 100% Reanimator, we just, I think, start by taking good cards. So Kubels, you don't like Atraxa as a card, or do you just think you're gonna pick up the other parts of the Reanimator deck first? So there's 3 cards I do like in Reanimator. There's Raffine's Tower, which being excellent fixing. There's Imperial Seal, and there's also Fractured Identity. I think Fractured Identity still is a very good card. Like Seal is fine, and Raffine's Tower is fine as well. But I do think Identity is fairly stronger, so there we go. Recurring Nightmare works with Atraxa. This is fine with Mox Diamond, but like not all too great. I think it's between Nightmare, Loran, Triumph, Duress. Nisa's also great, but not with what we have so far. We also have the Strix on the wheel. Nightmare with Strix is awesome. Also, I do like the Triumph, just in case we get an Oath. Like, Triumph Or like Nightmare demands a very specific deck to work, like you need little creatures as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Hoping to wheel like the Malcolm and the Chase maybe even. So in here we do have Thought Scour being fine-ish as a reanimate card 3 steps ahead, which is like the cryptic command that works with reanimation. Other than that, there's not a whole lot for me. Like, it's a decent pack overall. Could also pick up the relic, so I don't have to play against it, but kinda like 3 steps ahead. So here we get a polluted delta, which is great with the colors we're trying to be in. Other than that, there's Show and Tell, which also works with Atraxa, but it's... I don't know. It's a high risk, high reward card. If I had some tutors, I would probably pick it up, but I do think that Delta is fairly important here. It's a workshop. There's a Teferi. Like, if we're going to be Esper, like an Esper reanimate deck, this is going to be great. There's also Investigator, which I kinda like, but I guess it's too weak. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick up the Teferi here. Lauren Revealed seems like a decent card in Vintage Cube. Also do like Bronco. Like, Bronco is somewhat great with Nightmare. It's a bit tricky with expensive cards, but I do think it's a very good card with Mox Diamond. Like, Lauren Revealed is not nearly as potent as in constructed formats where you have like 4 times your pitch spell. Yours is great with the polluted delta we already have. I'm gonna pick that one up. Harvester of Misery also being fine, especially with Nightmare. There's also Death being somewhat reasonable reanimating. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick that up. What's Limduel's Vault doing at the top 5? Like, this is a tutor, right? Yeah, let's find picking up a tutor. There's another tutor. There's also Preacher, which I think is a very good card overall. Like, if you're trying to make that Atraxa thing work, we might as well just take the tutor. Preacher is a fine mid-range card. Lauren is a card I like, especially with Nightmare, the Fairy. Yeah. Thought Scour also works. Pick that up. Show and Tell Wield. Well, this could work with Seal. Invigorate. Are there any Infect cards in here? No. Okay, what do we get? We get a Soul Ring, which probably is insane for us. Then there's Cauldron being kinda good against us. There's Ragavan, which always is great. There's also Flash. Like, I wouldn't mind wheeling a Flash, but I do think Soul Ring is better. Flash rarely wheels, but there are some spots where it does. Okay, here's the Sword of the Meek. Like, with the Show and Tell we already have, we could pick up Emrakul. Emrakul doesn't work much with anything else we have. But like we do have 2 tutors to go grab like the missing piece, so I also kinda like Kaito, Shizuki. There's also Strip Mine, but I don't think this is a Strip Mine deck. Like if you can saddle the Bronco, like revealing Emrakul might also be sweet. I don't know. Kinda close. But yeah, let's take this and see where this goes. We haven't seen any white fixing so far. Like, I do like Jailer, but I don't think it's a very splashable card. Frantic is fine if we get some reanimation type cards going. Could also take Dak Faden. Try to splash that, like, we already have a fetch and a Mox Diamond. Yeah, I think it's a better card than Frantic. So here's Crucible. Someone's gotta be happy with that Strip Mine Crucible. There's Duelist of the Mind. Don't have that many targets, but I do think it's a fine card with show and tell and stuff. Like, it's gonna be better than Savannah, probably. Or Ashen Rider. Ashen Rider could work with show and tell. I think I'm just gonna pick up Duelist. So here's Dig Through Time. Being kinda sweet with Polluted Delta, Mox Diamond, Scour. Also with other looting effects we might get. There's Breeding Pool, Palantir. There's different fine cards, but not great ones. Might also try to get some combo with Mizzix Mastery. I think I'm just gonna pick Through Time. Smuggler's Surprise. Well, that would also be a way to cheat those into play. Channel is way too green at this point. Tar Pit gives us the fixing we probably just need here. Dark Ritual, fine card with what we have, but I don't think there's a real payoff just now. There's Urborg, fine as well. There's Looting. I don't really know about our colors just yet. I also like this thing. Might just be better than Faithless Looting, because we're not going to be like an all-in. Okay, and here's all the fixing now. We're not gonna be an all-in Reanimator deck, but we'll play some tutors and some pieces. We could pick up a Triumph here. Triumph gives us the mana to cast the Traxa, to hard cast it, also being fetchable off Polluted. Like Heath is also fine and Badlands is as well. Yeah, I kinda like the Triumph here. Then there's more. There's Iteration, but we're not in a position to splash that. There's Mud. Being fine, but like not the payoff you want. Like just a little bit too weak. I'm gonna pick up the Shrine. And here's Kaito. That's great. Kaito's gonna be good in this deck. We're not gonna splash for Reprieve, I don't think. Talisman would be fine as well. Bone Shards is great with attracts a Nightmare, I think. Also, we're a bit low on removal, so gonna be fine. We're not gonna be able to play Besiege. Crucible Wield, interesting. I think for us it's just Savannah. We might end up playing Savannah. If we get like an Oath or something. Palantir is not a bad card, especially with cards like these. Yeah, let's just pick that up. It's kind of a strange deck so far. I have a few good pieces, but deck doesn't look great so far. Like, it's missing power, obviously. But let's see. This is a Mox, but not a powerful one. What do we have? We have a Triumph, which is kind of weak for first pick. We have Oko being, I guess, castable in this deck. We would need to splash for green, but we already have a Savannah and a Triumph. Yeah, taking the Oko is probably better than taking another Triumph or a Ponder, but we have to pick up some more fixing to make that work. Like a Mox would be just very, very important for that deck. Here we have a Reanimate. Reanimate's great. We're not an all-in Reanimator deck, but we do have some decent pieces. Like if we ever can play Bone Shards into Reanimate, that's great. Other than that, there's also Scrubland, Preordain, Proving Ground, Counterspell, Shinobi, Bombardiers. There's lots of good cards here. But I do think it's just Reanimate at this point. Force of Will seems like a very important card for this deck. There's also Sneak Attack, working with both Atraxa and Emrakul. What's more important here? Like, I do think we have some very powerful plays, and we have the tools to search them up. Like, we have two tutor targets for show and tell already, so I think Sneak Attack isn't that important anymore. I think I'm gonna pick up the Force over it. We also have like lots of multicolor blue cards. We also have Dig to recoup some card disadvantage. And then there's Thoughtseize also being a premium card, especially with Reanimate sometimes. There's also like some duels, but I think Thoughtseize is just the best card in here. What does this one do? A Storm card. Why not? No cards I really want in here. I could pick up a Talisman. I don't have any red fixing so far, looking at my land, so I might just be a non-red deck. Larson could be fine. It's not great, but it's fine. We could also sideboard it in. I feel like it's better than the talisman. Lots of green cards, don't really need those. This doesn't do much for us as well. Soleil Talia. There's Entomb. Well, Entomb is a almost missed on Entomb here. That's great, like Atraxa and Nightmare or Reanimate. How does that work with Emrakul? Does that even work at all? I think in this pack we have to probably just take the miscalculation. I feel like it's the best card. There's also the theater, but kinda like staying away from red in general. Like our deck seems good enough, so... Ooh, Brainstorm. We don't have tons of fetches, but Brainstorm is still excellent. We don't need another big guy. I think Emrakul is plenty. Consider or long goodbye. Like, it's very possible to spike with Consider, like putting a Traxa or something in the yard. Well, it's just a Traxa actually. There's also long goodbye being excellent sideboard card. Maybe even main deck. I think I'm gonna stick with this one. Proving Grounds. Here's our red source, if we want one. Could also pick up Bubble. Bubble commits a crime for free. Also kinda helps with Bronco if you're about to attack and reveal something big. Don't know, it's one of these. I'll probably just take the grounds. Sneak attack also wield. Interesting. Could also bring to light for fractured identity. Or we could just Atali, but let's just pick up this one. Stomping Ground, I don't know about that. Yeah, sure. Portent? I don't mind Portent, like, it's pretty close to... It's pretty close to a Ponder, isn't it? Okay. So now, how are we building this? I still feel like I don't want to play the red, like... Sneak attack is great with Atrax and Emrakul, but that's about it, and it's hard to cast. I think white is much easier to splash. So we have Godless Shrine and the Indata Triumph. Also red would be the color that we don't need for Atraxa. Like we have way too many playables, so might just got these. Like let's start right here. I do think all of these are great. 3 steps ahead, I'm not that sure actually, but I think it's good enough. Brainstorm Portent, sure. Also do like both with Bronco. I think Long Goodbye is a sideboard card. Somehow think that the Show and Tell Emrakul package might be too much. I do like this package as a sideboard option, but I think with Bronco and more like the Recurring Nightmare thing, I would actually rather start with them in the board. and sideboard them in if we need to. I don't think Larcenist is anything special. I'm not sure about the tutors. And Duelist of the Mind, like we're not a Reanimator deck, really. We do have Atraxa, Reanimate, Entomb, Nightmare, which is a little package, but I don't think we need to go all in on those. Yeah, some random discard outlets. Question is also, how many lands do we want to run? Probably 16. Sol Ring also kind of counts for a land. Mox Diamond also needs you to discard a land. I wonder about Palantir, but I do think it's good enough. It's just very slow. But in some grindy matchups it can do some work. I actually don't think we have enough stuff to make Duelist work. Okay, how is this looking? Let's reread Limdul's Vault. I still don't entirely get the card. Create the top 5 cards of your library as many times as you choose in your opponent. Look at the top 5. Yeah, like this is a vampiric tutor that's kind of hard to cast most of the time. So that's like it's a more expensive Imperial Seal that pitches to Force of Will. Is actually what it does, right? I do like Imperial Seal because sometimes you can just go turn 1 Imperial Seal, turn 2 Mox Diamond Oko, something like this. Also like Loran, it works with Recurring Nightmare. I think it's really between those two. Or actually, do I want 16 or 17 lands? That's probably the other question. I was down to 16, but maybe we can just go 17. Like our deck is not very expensive, like I think we'll flood out if we run too many lands, so I do like the Palantir also to stop that. But then we need one more card. Like, cause I'm not really in love with Limdul's Vault. Arsonist isn't bad, but it's not great either. Duelist kinda works with Nightmare as well, and we only have 3. Yeah, we need one more creature actually. Like we only have 4 creatures now. Maybe we also need the Larcenist to make Recurring Nightmare work. What to cut? Is it just Imperial Seal maybe? Like the deck can find Atraxa, but it has... Is that really good enough? It's close. It's really close. I also really would like to play the Atari. think I can. At least not in the main. CLE is a very good card, but this... I don't know. What about the colors? Yeah, we're not that deep into black. So yeah, let's just cut this for now. And try to build a good mana base within the last few minutes. So we need a few white lands, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources, that's enough. Maybe we just play this as an additional black-green source, so for Oko. So like this we could add 6, that gives us 9, 10, and blue sources, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can even cut one of these. So we have 7, 10, 11 blue sources and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11, 9. That sounds good to me. So we splash white of non-basics. Could actually just add another one. At the moment we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources for 3.5 cards. It's not that bad actually. Yeah, let's just leave it be for just now. It's a sweet deck. Not a overpowered one, but it's good enough, I think. It's good enough. It has some good tools, some counter magic, something to go over the top. Yeah. Let's see how this performs. All right. So in order to go infinite by playing these events, you need to at least win the first 2 rounds. Because like there's no prizes for just winning round 1 and it's single elimination, so we need a 2-0. We might get there, who knows. Alright, we would like to play first. That's a turn 2 Atraxa. Not bad, not bad. So we're gonna keep that. Opponent's easy enough for the tiger. Well, let's see about that. I think we need to upkeep and tomb, because we don't want to draw the Atraxa. Once upon a time. Revealing Sanctum. Oh yeah, let's upkeep and tomb. Get a Traxa in the yard. Pay some life. Pay some more life. And hopefully win the game. So what do we get? We get an Oko, Soul Ring. I don't think we need Palantir. We get a Swamp, Larcenist, and a Miscalculation. Like, we will need to discard cards at end of turn. So the question is, which ones would we like to discard? Like we could pick up the Indata Trime to be able to cast Oko. So I think if our next turns just involve playing Planeswalker, 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 we are probably just fine. So I don't think we need the Larcenist. And we might even not need the Soul Ring. So we just reveal Oko, Miscalculation, Triumph, and have 7 cards in our hand. Yeah. Like we could pick up Palantir as well and discard it as Larcenist as well. Oh, come on, let's just take them all. Discard it. Like, there is some value to that because we run Recurring Nightmare and Dig Through Time. See if they have removal. They don't. Let's attack first. Yeah, let's just try and cast Teferi here. Could have mana drain. Oh. Like, I could also have hold the Miscalculation since they are keeping mana up, but yeah, okay, that doesn't do much. Okay, perfect. So play this. Attack. And now I actually think I'm just gonna pass. Like, I have double counter up. Don't mind this flipping, since this is not an artifact. Okay. Too easy for the Tiger. We haven't seen much of their deck. It had Counterspell and it had a Liberator. And it was like green-blue base. Like on the draw I could see Long Goodbye being a card. Over Palantir maybe, because they also have like the flippy guy that works well against Palantir. I don't think we need the Show and Tell package. With Emrakul, like they could very well be a channel deck with some Eldrazi's as well. Yeah. Somehow I feel like the guinea pigs are already looking at me with disappointment. But one of them had his first birthday today, so they did get some like planned cake made by the kiddos. It was kind of sweet. Yeah, let's try this. See if that works. Yeah, like I think I cannot keep this. Way too risky. Hey Beers, thank you so much for the raid and welcome. You're about to see a sweet deck here. And hey there. Thanks for the follows, Pirates and Sainte-Chapelle, Sainte-Chapelle, c'est français, hein? Yeah, what up, the beers? Here's the beers, so there we go. Yeah, let's ship those cards back. This is better. Not the greatest, but it's fine. It's fine. Hey there, Hobo. Thanks for your follow as well. I think I'm gonna keep this and probably just put back an island at this point. You told them I am legit. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Like, the glory days are gone, but still here somehow. Once upon a time. What do you think, Beers, about the good 1-mana artifact that just got spoiled? What do we need to play in order to make that thing good? I think I'm just gonna play Sewers, trying to... Ooh. Recurring Nightmare. Actually, don't have anything that goes well with it, so I think I'm just gonna put it in the graveyard. Maybe it would have been better to Portent first and then, like, surveil away another card. No, actually. Yeah, it just feels like if you can pull this off turn 1 on the play, you're just gonna be so much ahead. Let's play Portent on. True Name Nemesis. Probably just on ourselves. True Name's gonna be quite good against Teferi, I guess. See if they counter the Portent. No. So, yes, I really want all of these. So we can counter the True Name and maybe just Mastermind. Okay, okay. So Portent is better than Ponder. Confirmed. I think it will get restricted immediately. Green Suns for 1. This probably means they don't have mana for a True Name. And this probably means we should just counter this, right? Like, next turn we play Teferi, bounce Mastermind, and then we try to find something good. Okay, we had the read. So, blue-white X is what we need here. Just, does it matter which land we play? Let's play an island. Just because we have so many cantrips. Bounce the Mastermind. Thanks, Beers, appreciate it. Okay, here's the True Name. Well, that doesn't work. Let's see. Do we need Proving Ground for our fixing? Like, we're gonna put 2 lands back here and mill them, is my guess. Yeah, Long Goodbye could be decent against the 2-1 flyer, so we're gonna keep that for sure. And then, like, we have white, black, we have green as well, so we don't need the Proving Ground. I think we're just gonna put those back, right? Play this and pass the turn. Hey there. Thanks for your follow, Orion. So I think I need to mill myself now, just because otherwise they could play the other thing in response. Three steps ahead. It's interesting. Narset. Do we just get rid of Narset here? Probably. And they missed. Yeah, let's just go ahead and kill that. So I think we want to dig now. Like if we find Entomb, we can Atraxa this turn. If we don't, we just play a land and have counter magic at the ready. So we can just safely weigh those. I don't know, it probably just doesn't matter. They could have Goyf, so also just take sorcery, planeswalker. Okay. Oko, fractured identity, Bronco. I think it's just gonna be Oko for sure. Then probably just identity. Right, this doesn't look bad. If they just land a good 5-drop now, Leovold's also quite decent. It's a target I don't mind identitying. They're gonna get an extra card out of it, but who cares? We'll go down to 3. Duelist's kinda good here. Like, they have the 2-1. And this is just parade against the 2-1. We also have a counter at the ready, like, you counter their next thing, and then we can just get rid of Leovold. Kinda like that. It's a play. I don't think we can swing. Probably turn this into an elk as well at some point. Elk also very good at committing crimes still. Yeah, tap out. Nissa. What happens if we just... Yeah, it's not that great to fractured identity. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna counter this. We can still loot in their turn, right? Yeah, we can. Because we haven't drawn this turn. Yeah. So we get a Leovold. I get another card though, and we cannot use Duelist here. I think we just attack with the Duelist. Probably just make a food. Like we turn this into an elk. But like the ability just doesn't do anything against Leo. So let's just make a food. Pass the turn. So Oko goes down. Mystic, that's fine. And Kinnan. We don't have anything. We don't have anything to reanimate here. We can just bash for 9, I guess. Why didn't food swing? Like, you mean this one the turn before? Yeah, that's a good point. Also, Duelist should have gotten in there as well. Oh well. Now I could reanimate a Kinnan. Non-human among the top 5. Like, Atraxa is a non-human. 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know though. Tricky. They have 0 cards in their hand. But now they can start using Mastermind. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait a turn, even though this loots as well. This isn't that bad. Yeah, not swinging with the food that turn and the Duelist that other turn somewhat set me back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait a turn so I can maybe swing for 1 more damage. Treachery. Ugh. kinda good. This is quite a nice duo here. They're trying to raise here, really? Like, they can grow the duelist to a size where it can trade with the food token. Just not sure if that's a good play. Miscalculation. Ooh, yeah. Good point. But like they have 0 cards in hand, so it doesn't matter. Okay, they jump. Yeah, I guess now I'm just recasting my duelist. Kinda like the spot we're in here. You can also cycle miscalc. Oh my god. That's kinda brutal. Entomb. Doesn't do enough here. Yeah. Like, miscalc is always good value, right? Um, Jump block, okay. Oh, this is pretty good here. But are there a lot of creatures that they can go grab? They can go back to 5, I guess. There's just like Mastermind Kitten. Yeah, there are some. Maybe I just need to play that lore and learn the turn after. Yeah, that ooze was quite a good top deck. Let's do a crime here. Yeah, that's a crime. Do a crime, draw a card, kill them. Alright. There we go. I think I played a bit sloppy this game, but got lucky I got there. If we had a swamp here, we could go discard Atraxa, turn 1 reanimate, but I think with Sewers it's too slow. I mean, if we find a black source, we could still just Bone Shards reanimate, which is also quite good. And then we also have Soul Ring, if we decide we need a plan B. But I do think that the hand is quite good. Like, depending on what we draw, we could even play Soul Ring turn 1 and turn 2. Anything else, but... Like, we could loot turn 2 if we play turn 1 Soul Ring. We could also loot turn 2 if we... Yeah, this goes on the graveyard. What we cannot do is like hold counter magic open. Unfortunately, we don't have a target here. Probably just do this. Okay, I guess this works. We need to discard an additional card even. We don't care much, do we? So... we also discard Entomb. Kill this. Reanimate Atraxa. Hopefully find Force of Will. Miscalc is also quite good here. Like, those are easy, right? Savannah's probably the best. We could also actually just pick up a land we can cycle. Cycling land sounds good. And then is it Force or Miscalc? I think it's Miscalc. Actually. It looks fine. We just played a Palantir here, or... nah, we'd rather play it next turn with counter mana. Nothing we can do here, except for finding creature. So we're gonna... yeah, we're still decently ahead in this game, I think. It's a good card here. Don't have Oko mana now. We still have one. Or did we just pick up the wrong Triumph? Do we have another one that's... oh yeah, Proving Grounds is also green. So... think we actually just want to play Nightmare. Don't have a green source that enters untapped, no. So we probably just play the Nightmare, pass the turn. Bowmasters is a very good card against us, like, we will need to sideboard against that. Discard your hand, investigate 4 times. And a 5/5 menace. Yeah, I think that's fine. We could spam the miscalc so they don't have an extra draw. Actually like that. Let's think about it. So if you play the miscalc, they pay 2 extra, get 4 treasures. We go to 7. And then we play Oko with 3 steps ahead backup. But an Atraxa on the battlefield. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I cannot cycle this, but I prevent them from drawing a card here. Chase and Turok, okay. So I play Oko. Turn this into a creature. Rebuy Atraxa. And get Kaito a dig, like I don't want Bronco the island, something like that. Like I don't want card draw. I'm fine picking up these. And so I'm gonna move to discard and discard Palantir. I guess island. So now they could either attack me or the Oko. Yeah, I have to keep... I have to make sure I don't time out here. Spending a lot of resources on thinking. Creature of the Schism. I think I'm just gonna counter this. Because we're hopefully gonna find Force of Will. Our next card. We could kill the Bowmasters, like it's pretty good against the clues, I think. It also gives us something to buy back Atraxa if we need to. But yeah, that makes sense. think we just bounce chase here. Play Bronco. Attack for 7. And hopefully dig towards a force of will. Alright. So against them we really need long goodbye. They have a few juicy targets. Yeah, Bowmasters is actually a problem for us. Yeah, that's a good start. Hopefully we can convert. Did they have any artifacts or enchantments? I haven't seen any. So Lauren might not be that great, also because they have Bowmasters. They did have a few clues I could have targeted. But then again, I don't actually mind taking out white cards just because the fixing isn't great for white. Even though the Orthanc is also not great against Bowmasters. Maybe I'd rather have the lower end. Thari looks good, yeah, that's true. Like, maybe we can actually just do that. Like, it's... Even if we cannot cast it, like, we have some sources, but we could bring it back. I like that idea. I really like that idea. Let's do that. Yeah, this is fine. Like, the long goodbye is actually the reason why I keep this hand. This doesn't do much. No, maybe we'll find something. Like, if they have a good 2-drop, Valky. Maybe long goodbying and reanimating Valky is good. It probably depends on what they have in their hand. Kinda like that. They have a few good creatures we could hit. Yeah, we have to take Bowmasters here. Okay. Oh, here's Atari. I don't like that. I mean, as soon as they hit their mana for chase, like they can bounce Valky, it's gonna be problematic. I could attack with Tar Pit, but I could also just transform this into Bowmasters. Kinda like attacking with Tar Pit. Like we're kinda trying to raise here. Even wonder if we should attack with Valky, just because if they bounce it, it's so bad for us. No, it's Joe. It's just a tar pit, I think. Not gonna block here. Okay, they're discarding their hand. Even have force up now. Perfect. And like, Othari is very... Wow, they don't even block. Okay, must have missed that. Yeah, like I mean now against the clue tokens. Okay. An untapped travel you control, well, we can do that. We could actually just hold open Force of Will. Tap and untap. So that means we probably want to attack with Atari. I think we attack with Atari, they trade, and we tap this Rebel to get it back. And yeah. Like then we can still transform the Valky. But I think getting this back is better than Tar Pit. But yeah, transforming Valky seems decent here. Yeah, like, and block first. Yeah. Thank you for suggesting that sideboard plan, Saint Chapel. What a good call. Oh, there we go. Okay, we win another die roll. Perfect. Would like to go first. We look at a somewhat strange hand. Somewhat strange because I don't know how good it actually is. Like, it has all the mana. It has a soul ring. Yeah, I guess it's just a keep, right? Cannot. We might even have to cycle the Triumph to get some more cards. But let's see. Let's see where this is taking us. Swift Spear, that kind of deck. Palantir is a very welcome card here. Like maybe... How does it work? I scry 2 and then they just mill 2, right? Okay, first time I just mill 1 card. Like, I'm gonna put them both on bottom. This already is pretty good. And then, let's... Okay. I take 4. Next time I reveal Dig and the tracks and the game is over. I can also have Creeping Tar Pit. I might just be off to the races. Slick shot. I might put Force of Will on top here. First things first, I do think I have to burn shards away. Wait. I think let's just brainstorm first. Oko. Good old Oko. So we might just put Loran and Force back on top. Like, if they mill those, they take 8 damage. They go to 6. I think we might just win from there with the tar pit. We could also just put Force and Delta back. We actually don't need another land. We could also put Godless Shrine. Maybe that's actually better. Let's put Godless Shrine and Force of Will. No. Wait. Let's put Loran and Force back. Let's play Triumph. And let's Bone Shard away this. Screen as well, yeah. Like this. And then we probably just we bottom Loran. I think we just top. And take 8 if they want to. Or just give us a card. Yep. Steam can, sure. Hold us. Close. Okay. Good thing we still have Loran. Need to take some damage here though. Oh crap. The Godless Shrine is in the yard. We needed that Godless Shrine. Ah, that's bad. Take a swamp. It kinda sucks. Lorem is just better here. I think I can just kill the spell bomb here. Hopefully find a blue card. Works. Like if they spend their turn just making a construct, that's perfectly fine with me. It's pretty good. Ah, that Godless Shrine. If I just still had this. Like, we are under a lot of pressure here. Also, Oko might just not survive a turn. And also, we cannot just double play. Probably need to turn the Soul Ring into a creature. Hopefully just finding another blue card to pitch with Force. Ooh, Dig is actually perfect. It costs a lot of mana and it's a card we can still play. So what does this do? It deals 2 damage to me and 2 damage to each creature I control. This was not cast from exile, so it's just 2. I don't care much about 2 damage. But yeah, maybe they just wanted to Steamkin to be a 3/3 or maybe 4/4 now. Ooh, there's the Mox. Saga seems pretty decent in their deck. Now what's this? 4th Aerlingus. Well, I guess I'm gonna start by just digging. Hopefully finding a blue card and a good card. Nightmare doesn't do much. It's probably just the blue cards, right? Is Duelist of the Mind any good? Like, I could just play it and turn it into a 3/3. Maybe 3 steps ahead is just better here, so we're just gonna pick up those, any order, and force Fourth Elingus. Now I have to jump block. Get another card. We get to bounce the Steamkin, make a food. Maybe we find another land. Go to all the tracks, 3, 4, 5. Get a food. This doesn't do much, but this is fine. They're putting me to 2. Sack my food. I wonder if they have Fire Blast. Don't. So I'm not sure I like that play. So now I can just slowly take over. Even have counter magic at the ready. Just pass the turn. This one is fine. Six. Is red and 6 fine as well? They're gonna get Saga. Do I care much about Saga? I guess I could care less, but let's just counter this. Like, if they have a bolt now, we just lose. Maybe it was wrong to counter Ren at 6. They're attacking us. I could just block here. Channeler. Okay, that's a good one. So plus the Teferi. The Larcenists shrink this one. think we want one more food and then we trade like a food for their steamkin. Good point about the portent. Oh wow. Those are pretty good, all of them. Yeah, let's shuffle that away. I think I'm gonna let Teferi die here. Yeah, let's just pick stuff. I don't think... Wow, we're down to... We picked one card too much. Like, they could just mill the 8 cards and kill me. Wow, that was bad. That was really bad. I might just lose. If those were still in the deck, we would be fine. We're also down on time. They have an insane deck. Those go to the bottom. Yeah. They figured it out. Ah, that was so bad. That was so bad. Like just picking one less card. This just hurts. Guess we might want this package. Lauren's still good enough. Maybe Kaito not so much. Yeah, and Palantir also doesn't do enough against them. Long goodbye to move in. Maybe like this. Like this. Yeah, this is probably just better. Not sure about Thoughtseize. Would be good enough on the play though. Also Atari. You like, I don't know. I somehow don't want Thoughtseize against them. Yeah, let's try this. So this is just Imperial Seal on X, not Axiom, was it? The buried alive thing. Probably what it is. Let's hope they don't have to strip mine. Entomb. It still sucks that I threw away game 2. I was in a bit of a hurry. Also here playing... I don't know if playing Swamp would have been better than this, but if I had more time, I think I wouldn't have made that mistake, but yeah, let's try to make the best out of it. Like, I haven't seen a card that helps them beat an Atraxa that early. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we get Islands, Soul Ring, Atari. Goodbye. Fractured Identity. Yeah, this looks pretty decent. It's a good turn too. So no Atari for us, except for if we show and tell, but I think that's Too risky. I think we just loot here. Trying to find lands. That's a land. We can discard show and tell. Play a land. Attack. Next turn still have Atari. Master. Yeah. Okay. So on the draw, what do we do? I do think 3 steps ahead might be too slow. Maybe Fractured Identity is as well. But then, like, killing a Minsk and Boo would be somewhat relevant. Yeah, no, this is fine as is. Or is Larsen is just better than 3 steps ahead? Or Loran? No, Loran is good enough. More like the Fractured Identity. Maybe that's actually better. Yeah, this is a fine hand. Let's hope they don't have like the insanely fast start. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, that's perfect. Sure. Don't even think that does that much. It's a good start. Steamkin. I think I should counter this. Yeah, that's actually fun. Interesting. I feel like I have to brainstorm and probably force of will that. Show and tell attracts, I should probably just do it. Let's put sewers There's a bone shards back. Force of will dead. Kill that. And then C. They have something. Let's show and tell. Well, I think mine is better actually. So I think I want to counter a duelist probably. And reanimate. Yeah, this looks fine. They have 2 cards left, like there's not a whole lot that gets me here. Always feels so good to not get punished for misplays, like in game 1. But like, they could still have a threaten effect. Probably don't, but it's not over until it's over. But yeah, our draw here was like excellent. Revoker. Like, if I can get a hit in with a Traxa, this game is over. So yeah, Atraxa was our first pick, first pack, and she paid off big time. Like, what an insanely good magic card this is and was. Actually, I could have reanimated show off. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold counter mana. Sure. Good old Emrakul. Still think I just want the counter mana. So yeah, let's just counter that and win. Wow, there we go. They even had the Fire Blast in their deck. So this might have been closer than it looks. We got there.